Oh, no. There's that. Just here. Yeah, that's just if you're speaking. I didn't think so. Oh, sorry. Realize you didn't have one.
These are This is ours. How's your dog?
It's fine. She probably needs more work than she did, but she takes it very seriously. Haven't had any issues with getting about pets since. We're all good.
His name. March 31, 2026, PM for the town hall, 1941 East Center Road in Bartonville, Texas. You know, we now call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock. And we'll stand for the pledge of allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so we'll go to town administrator, to introduce our new town attorney and town planner.
Madam Chair, thank you. It's my privilege to get to introduce our new town attorney and town planner tonight. We have two. I'd like to give you a quick bio of Mr. Page. Jeremy Page has dedicated his career to serving municipalities and local governments. He began practicing municipal law in 2016 in Tarrant County and has been with Brown and Hoffmeyer since 2018, where he became a partner in 2024. Over the years, he has developed extensive experience advising cities on a wide range of issues, including land use, code enforcement, police matters, open records, and municipal court. He has been appointed as the new town attorney, and he also serves as city attorney for the town of Hazlet and is assistant attorney for the town of McKinney, for the city of McKinney. Jeremy earned his undergrad degree from the University of Arkansas, graduating magna cum laude, and received his law degree from UCLA. Since returning to Texas, he has focused exclusive on municipality law and is also a recognized speaker on topics impacting local governments. In his free time, he remains involved in community volunteering his time for various charitable organizations and groups. And he also has a gifted musician, having played the piano since a small kid. We're very pleased to have him. Please join me in welcoming Jeremy to our team. Thanks, Jeremy. I'd also like to introduce our new town planner, Marcy Ratcliffe. Marcy brings over 30 years of municipal government or municipal planning experience, having served in leadership roles across multiple North Texas communities, including Development Services Director for the City of Kaufman. Her background includes extensive work in zoning, subdivision regulations, long-range planning, and development review. She has also worked as an on-call planner for several municipalities, providing experience in zoning cases, plats, site plans, and ordinance development. She holds a master's in city and regional planning from the University of Arlington, UT Arlington, and has a strong track record implementing programs, improving processes, and supporting responsible growth. Her work has been recognized with several notable awards, including the City of Kaufman Council recognition for NEAT, which stands for Neighborhood Enhancement Action Team Program in 2011, and the Kaufman Chamber of Commerce Civic Improvement Award in 2012, and the Texas Municipal League Municipal Excellence Award in the City of Spirit in 2013 for cities under 25,000. Please join me in welcoming Marcy to our team. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, so we'll move to the public participation.
So if you wish to address the board, you need to fill out a public meeting appearance card and present it to Shannon, the town secretary. Preferably before the meeting, and pursuant to section 551.07 of the Texas Government Code, citizens wishing to address the board for items listed as public hearings will be recognized when the public hearing is open. For citizens wishing to speak on a non-public hearing item, they may either address the board during the public participation portion of the meeting or when the item is considered by the Board of Adjustment. So Shannon, I see you have some things over there.
For the public hearings.
For the public hearing, okay, so nothing for public participation.
No, ma'am.
Okay, so then we move on to the approval of the minutes, so we can discuss and consider the approval of the December 2nd, 2025 Board of Investment meeting minutes. Okay, all in favor?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear this first. Thank you.
Okay, so the Board of Adjustment will be going into a closed executive session. Pursuant to the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 551, the Board of Adjustment will convene into a closed executive session in accordance with the Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with a town attorney to seek legal advice of its attorney concerning agenda item number E1, time being 6:05. Reconvene the Board of Adjustment into a closed session. And we take our votes. I think if you want to take them, probably good. If you want to see stuff. Okay, so time being 6:36, we will convene the Board of Adjustments into regular session. And go into the public hearing and action items. So, item number 1, we'll conduct a public hearing to consider a variance to chapter 4 zoning districts, article 4.8 residential development standards. Chart 4.3 minimum lot within the agricultural district. On the proposed lot 3 are containing approximately 14.18 acres, being part of approximately 39.13 acre properties and approximately 105.82 acre property legally described as lots 1, 2, block 1, Robert Evans Branch Edition, Town of Bartonville, Denton County, Texas, and the address respectively as 1101 and 1047 West Jeter Road, Bartonville, Texas 76226. The properties are generally located on the south side of West Jeter Road and south of Glenview Lane. Denton County property IDs 964409 and 964410. Case number VAR 2026 001. 1101 and 1047 West Jeter Road. So we'll have staff presentation. So we need to swear her in.
Yes, oh, sorry.
And promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you'll state your name and title, please.
My name is Marcy Ratcliffe. I'm the town planning consultant.
You have to work the remote, which moves fast and the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
Well.
Before you this evening, we have a request by the Evans family. Their property is currently out on 1101 and 1047 West Jeter Road. That's the two properties highlighted in the blue. Lot 1 is where the main house is. Lot 2 is currently has barns and whatnot out there. And other ranching type uses. The applicant is before you this evening because they want to replat this property into 3 lots. And the third lot will be comprised of part of lot 1 and lot 2. Lot 1 is approximately 40 acres. Lot 2 is approximately 105 acres. The proposed lot 3 will contain 14 acres. All 3 lots will share one driveway access on West Jeter Road. It's currently a gated entrance. There are pictures of the gated entrance in your packets. Lot 3, much like lot 2, is considered a flagged lot. On the illustration here, the gold area is the proposed lot 3. The applicant has tried to do their very best job to meet the zoning ordinance requirements. They currently meet the minimum standard of 300 feet of street frontage on West Jeter Road. At the front yard building setback, they meet the width of 250 feet. However, the lot as it goes south narrows down to 100 feet wide, and when it gets to the southern end of the property, it opens up and looks like a typical lot. Lot 2 was granted a waiver from the subdivision ordinance that prohibits flag lots in October of 2020. Lot 1R is where the main house is located. And you can see the blue area on the far west side. This is a large creek bed area. And this area is unbuildable. The topography on this property varies greatly. And to give you an idea, from Jeter Road to the far south end of the property, it's almost a half a mile. It's 2,376 feet. And that's about 5.5 football fields, to give you an idea. So lot 2 and the proposed lot 3 are not typical lots. Lot 3, single family residence is proposed on this property. This property also has a wildlife management designation that's issued through the Denton County Appraisal District. Part of having that designation is one, it helps to maintain the agricultural tax appraisals, and also there are requirements that they have to meet for managing the native wildlife rather than traditional farming or ranching. So the whole part of this designation, the appearance, the scenery, the preservation of the property with this least amount of development as possible is their desire. When you look at the zoning ordinance, it does not define a flag lot. It says nothing about it other than this picture right here. It shows you what a flag lot is. And a flag lot is, it looks like a flag. There's a big rectangle on the top and a long skinny pole on the end. And some of the reasons that they are prohibited is because it creates a lot of extra driveways. And so that's not something you want, is driveway after driveway after driveway on a street. Also, it means there's a house behind a house. And it's not a street that goes back to it. The zoning ordinance does define lot width. And technically, the lot width is measured at the building setback. The purpose of having a regulation for a lot width is to not encourage flag lots. It is supposed to be a detriment to that. This was a picture that the applicant provided. You can see on lot 1R, which is basically the kind of the top of the hill. That's where the main house is, and the hatched area is a large pasture area that she has for the horses. And so this is it's like a scenic vista that they are trying to preserve. The whole purpose for lot 3's location, to my understanding, is that the main house would not see any residential structures from their back windows. So the house would be in the treed area, and it's my understanding that, of course, that they're not wanting to take down very many trees at all, want to preserve. In your packets this evening, there are the approval criteria that you are to use to determine if a variance can be justified. Because this is a public hearing and because this are variances to the zoning ordinance, property owners within 200 feet of both lots were notified. And prior to 6 o'clock, we had one letter that was received in favor of the request, and I believe we probably received some others.
We have not, we've received one letter. I have received requests to speak.
Okay.
Do you know which address that one letter came from?
I have not seen them.
Jeffrey Cash, 1189 West Cheater.
I'll be happy to entertain any questions that you have regarding this application.
I don't have any questions at this time. But we can ask questions after the applicant speaks. so. Okay, so then we can move on to the. Open the public,
Applicant presentation,
our applicant presentation, okay, and then applicant is here.
they are both here.
So if you guys like to come up or speak, both of you, one of you, we have to swear you in.
We'll both come up, so I'll.
Okay. You know, one at a time, you raise your right hand.
Okay, do you
If
have
you-
questions or?
Well, you need to raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
And you state your name and address, please.
Tracy Evans, 1101 West Tudor Road, Park, Texas.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, the reason we're doing this, I guess, not important, this is my daughter and son-in-law. And they live in Argyle right now, but we, would like to let them build on our land. We've got 200 acres there. So the property next door, so we've got 200 acres, we have plenty of room there to build a house. They've got 2 girls, they want to be by the barn, and they want to be around the horses in the arena. And so we have this land. They want to build there and we want to. So that's really why we're doing it. And they chose this, it looks kind of odd, the shape. But coming down from Jeter Road, all the way down where it says lot 3. We chose that section, or they chose it, because it's completely inside a big bunch of trees. It's totally circling trees. But then right to the north of that are 3 ponds. We like that, and then to the east of that is the barn and the arena. And a shop and things like that, so. See that?
Questions?
So we were told that the driveway is, everybody's using the same one, which is not a big driveway.
Well, right now, we're the only ones who live there. There is another house on the property, but nobody's living there right now. It's just that it's a ranch manager's house and nobody's living there. When we built our house, and we've just been there about a year, the entrance to the driveway was made wide enough so that we could have black lot in our section.
Questions for them? Okay, no other questions at this time, so we can move on to the public meeting. At 6:49.
Yes, ma'am, we do have one signed up for this item, Patrick Rhodes.
Yes,
I need,
you need me to swear in or anything?
Yes, okay. Raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
State your name and address, please.
Patrick Rhodes, I live at 785 West Peter Road. It's, just east of, Devon's here. I've talked to him a little bit. I wasn't too aware of the project going on, but, I can tell you they're class people. They want to keep the part of Argyle, you know, the way I think that a lot of us want to keep it. I think what they want to do would be totally fine. Part of my property butts right up to it. I wouldn't have any problem whatsoever. And, I would feel fine if they would grant them to do that.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
that wallet signed up.
Just so we don't have anyone else who wants to speak in favor of or oppose. Okay, so then we can close the public hearing at 6:50. Okay, do we have any other questions, rebuttals, staff comments, anything? Ma'am, ask the property from this lot, if you want the variance for, all that property that's just east, that probably abuts Mr. Rhodes' property, is that all? I assume that's not included in your variance
No,
today, right?
are you talking about this piece that sticks out
Yes.
here?
Yes,
Yeah, that's just, empty pasture land. It's not gonna be part of.
okay. Thank you. There's nothing more.
Just to clarify, we are only talking about variance of road frontage.
No, you were talking about the lot width. Not the street front. They meet the requirement.
There's one 150 feet less on the whole lot width at that place.
It's maybe 100 versus 2.
Right here.
So basically, that's the drive. Is that correct?
The driveway is actually located on lot 2. It's the area to the east of the gold. That out, yes, that's where the actual gravel driveway is located. And that's, everyone will be sharing that driveway instead of creating a new driveway.
It's actually paved all the way down, now, all the way down. Can I go into a point?
Sure.
Okay. This is all paved here, and then there's this is all paved, and somewhere in it right out in here, it turns into gravel. There's only thing back here is the shop. And it's paved.
I kind of where it all forks off.
Yeah, but up to about where is it right here, Bob? It's about where the paving ends and the rest of it's gravel.
You have a question, right?
This part is paved. Yeah, to about here somewhere, and then it's gravel. But then this part, where the road goes around this, the road goes all the way around. And it's paved around here to that.
That'll all be paved to us, we just need to finish construction before we pave the final unpaved
I actually have a little drawing that you might have to look at, but it's pretty amateur.
It's okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
Sorry. Understand if I do it, crayons, but it's. I can understand. It's very nice,
Especially the former school teacher, so.
Thank you. This is showing, yes, one shoulder, because I didn't know that. I can share. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to make a motion to approve, I need to approve the requested variance to allow the reduction of lot width, the proposed lot 3. From 250 to 100 feet for the flagpole portion of the lot. Not applicable to future reclass because the variance meets the following requirement. B, the circumstance causing the hardship does not, I'm sorry, C, the variance is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of substantial property right of the petitioner. D, granting the variance will not be detrimental to public health, safety, or welfare, or injurious to other property within the area. And E, granting the variance will not have the effect of preventing the orderly use and enjoyment of other lands within the area in accordance with the provisions of this ordinance, or adversely affect the rights of owners or residents of that area.
I'll second. If all in favor? Aye. Aye. You want to vote? So the motion carries.
Crayon drawing. motion.
Yes. So we'll move on to item 2. So we'll conduct a public hearing to consider a variance to chapter 5 agricultural district AG article 5.4.a. Minimum lot size, article 5.4.3.1. Any buildings or structures for raising, feeding, housing, or sale of livestock or poultry shall be located not closer than 50 feet from the property line, chapter 19, accessory buildings, article 19.4.8.2. Accessory building setback on a portion of property approximately 16.32 acre property legally described as lot 2, SPT Tucker Edition, town of Bartonville, Denton County, Texas, and currently addressed as 987 Gibbons Road, Bartonville, Texas 76226. The southern portion of lot 2 proposed to be addressed as 989 Gibbons Road is generally located on the east side of Gibbons Road at the northeast corner of Hidden Oaks Trail and south of Dove Creek Road, Denton County, property ID 1085825. Case number VAR 2026 002 987 and 989 Gibbons Road. We have staff presentation, town planner, Marcy.
Yes, ma'am. As you can see on the illustration of the locations of the 2 lots, the applicant is proposing to subdivide these 2 lots. It was a 16-acre lot in the Tucker Edition and divided into 2. The property is zoned ag, which requires a minimum lot size of 10 acres. So the 2 proposed lots are less than 10 acres, so that's why he needs the variance for the 2 lots. In addition to that, lot 2R1, which will be the future 989 Gibbons Road, also needs variances to side yard setback. They are proposing to, in addition to this variance this evening, they are proposing a conditional use permit for an equestrian center, which will be heard by the Planning and Zoning Commission tomorrow evening. The conditional use permit requires a site plan. And before a site plan can go before city council, it is required to meet all of the zoning ordinance requirements. This is the initial plat, and you can see where the setbacks are. The setbacks are 50 feet all the way around each lot. In the illustration, when you look at lot 2R1, the conditional use permit for the equestrian center has been pushed as far north as possible and still have some kind of setback, but they're trying to stay out of the tree area. The hatched area, that's where all the mature trees are. There's also a creek bed area that they're trying to leave undisturbed. So they need setbacks just along the northern property line. The setback is 50 feet, and they are requesting a 25-foot variance. So the setback for the barn and the equestrian center, which is really going to be a private roping arena. On this illustration, you can see the topography. You can see where just southeast of the equestrian center, that's where the creek bed is located. And they will have to have retaining walls to probably build up some of that where the roping arena will be. The driveway entrance will be off of Gibbons Road. The accessory barn will be located behind the house. The equestrian center is considered a primary use and it can be in front of the house. The future house will front off of Hidden Oaks Trail. In your packet, there's a list of the approval criteria for you to consider if there's the variances are meet these criteria. Should you decide to grant it or not. Both lots, there was a 200-foot radius and everyone within 200 feet was notified of this meeting and of the meeting tomorrow night with the planning and zoning commission also. Be happy to entertain any questions you might have.
Is it right that there were 2 letters? Oh, it says no letters. I thought there were 2 letters.
There was one letter for the first item. We have not received anything for this item, but we have a lot of letters for this item.
So if we have no further questions for her right now, we could hear from the applicant. Yeah.
And Madam Chair, just so you'll know, the address is gonna be on Gibbons, the house is gonna face Gibbons.
Oh,
99.
okay.
I confirmed that with you, right?
So is it gonna be where it's shown on the map?
Yes, but it's
We're
just gonna be
facing that?
facing Gibbons, that's why it has a Gibbons address.
And that won't be on the accessory building?
No,
I can repeat myself at any time.
Okay, so if you'll raise your right hand.
Okay, my name is Kara King with McAdams. The address
Yeah.
is,
I swear you in.
She was just reading.
Yeah, if you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
yes, ma'am.
If none, you can state your name and.
Kara King with McAdams. The address is 4400 State Highway 121, Suite 800, Louisville, Texas 75076. Sorry, I have to read that with moved offices. I have a memory shut. Okay, so my presentation our presentation is not far off from what you have already described. I'm gonna run through just a few things real quick. So property overview, there's an aerial right here that shows, where to see the creeks. So there are 2 existing creeks on the side, one that generates on the side off to the west, one that comes underneath the culvert system on Hidden Oaks Drive and continues to the northeast. There is a heavily treated area, as you can see within the aerial, located at the northeast corner of Gibbons and Hidden Oaks Court, 8 acres and surrounded by single family. Commercial is not supposed to be in there, uses on northeast, west and south. This right here is the site plan kind of blown up and zoomed in. I just wanted to point out subject property is currently utilized for agriculture purposes. Proposed improvements are going to be the roping arena, building with associated barn, accessory building serving the roping arena, and then single family resident to be constructed in the future. There is a minor update on the residence. It will be turned to where it faces Gibbons as well. And then I wanted to address a few concerns that Kirk and the team had brought up, and I wanted to make sure those were put in here. Commercial versus residential private use. This is a roping arena that is proposed to be a private facility associated with agriculture residential use of the property. It's not a public commercial facility. And then also the site's not designed for high volume public events here. So no event venue infrastructure is proposed. Second is the dust control, that will be managed with standard dust, precautions, including like water and keeping the dust down. It's both, good for the horses, equine, anything that's out there, as well as the people. And then the grading approach and the limits of disturbance are shown on the plan exhibit, supporting a controlled construction footprint. And what I mean by that is just the grading in general of that site. It is very non-sloped, like a roping arena should be, flat, essentially. Noise, like I said, this is private, so noise is not intended to be an issue. As well as lighting, this is a private use, lighting is not intended to be an issue or point in any direction that disturbs lighting to the residential uses around it. Seating areas, there's no seating areas that are proposed for the site, so there will be, just to add to, this is not public, this is private. As well as off-street parking and then distance separation, key mitigation factors. So there is, if I can get that, actually forward, I'm just gonna bring up this one real quick. You can see on the side plan that it's got, since it's the same one in your packet, so the closest one is gonna be this north side at 185 feet, I believe. The rest of them are farther off than that. And then going over the variances, so I was gonna go into too much detail, but we're asking for a minimum lot size. Livestock building setback variance at 25 feet instead of 50, and then the accessory building. I did want to bring up some physical hardships. Y'all saw the site, the existing site. It is heavily treed. It's got the 2 creeks on it. The further that we ship this facility down, the more we are impacting those trees, the more we're impacting the creeks. Y'all talked a little bit about grade. There's also a 30-foot fall from southwest to northeast on this property. It falls dramatically, so that area that's up top, has the least amount of trees and the best place to place, arena at that slope of the minimum of 1% typically. So I was a little bit on the natural features and site constraints, talked about topography and drainage. And then these last few are just an overall site plan, grading and drainage plan. These are all supporting documents that were submitted. I did want to touch on the retaining walls. These are not, this is more like a natural feature of log retaining wall that you can actually step down. So I don't want anybody to have the image of these like masonry large retaining wall. These aren't going to be block drop down retaining walls. And that's just so we can reduce the impact of fill that we're having to bring it on the site and make it more naturally follow the land. This is the replat, separation of the lots, and then I've got 2 elevations here at the end. And I wanted to give Marnie an opportunity if you wanted to say anything additional to get up here and speak as well.
Raise your right hand, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name and address.
Marty Bryan, 989 Gibbons, South, Bartonville, Texas, 76226. Yeah, so thank you all for being here. Kathy, I think I've been talking with you for 9 years in some sense or so. So it's good to see you. Donna, you the same, and I know that came right there. But the main purpose on the variance on the 25 feet is, it will allow on the south side of the barn for the horses to have turnouts and runs. And so that's really the 25 feet that I'm asking for. Like Kara alluded to, if we don't have the 25-foot variance, then I'm in the creek. And so then the horses are in a 12-by-12 stall. And, currently where I'm keeping them, that's kind of the situation we're in. It isn't favorable. I absolutely love it. But I'm happy to answer any questions, but that was the main purpose of the
There's
variance.
other 2 questions. The diagram shows it as something part of the, is that true?
That's correct.
And then when you say private, it doesn't mean it's gonna memberships, it's just.
Oh, no.
People, communication.
Yeah. Yes, I saw the packet and I saw my logo and I'm thinking, oh, that could definitely look like it would be commercial. I don't know why how that got on there, but sorry.
Marty, what's this picture of? Is this gonna be the barn?
Yes, ma'am, that's the south side part of the barn. And so in between each of those stalls, so the good news about it is that we'll be able to close those doors. So if there's inclement weather, whatever, we can close them all up. And then in between each of those doors will be runs, 12-by-25, and then inside the stall is 12-by-12. And so,
It'll be 12 and 25 if you have a setback.
if I get the variance, yes, that's correct.
These horses gotta have a big hardship, they're gonna be turned out in a crate.
That's right,
All
yeah,
right.
that's right.
In fact, I lay in the.
That's it.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions for them? Jim, no questions? Okay, so then we'll move to our public hearing. So the public hearing at 7:10.
First, the sign up is notice for.
How are y'all today?
Good, thank you.
I've probably been in Bartonville longer than most of y'all since, I believe I came here in 1942 or 43.
Can you raise your right hand, please?
Say again, please.
Raise your right hand, please. We're gonna
Sorry.
swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, state your name and address, please.
My name is Otis Ford. We have 20 acres directly across from the 987, the north portion of this, the Yorkshire's. And our 20 acres is directly across from there. For about the last 20 years, we've had hay production. And the place hasn't looked real great, and our fences is not good enough for cattle, and the fence rows, I wasn't proud of the way they look. And in the past few months, well, Marty B approached us and wanted to lease our place, mine and Sherry's next door. And we thought that was a good opportunity, and we dug into our pockets and improved the place and put good fences, and it is, I think, nice looking around it now. And we did that because of the relationship we think we'll have with Marty B, and the way he keeps places up and building stuff like this is why we made the decision to improve our place. So we're glad to have this across the street from us. And as far as the 50 foot, if Yorkshire is fine with 50 foot, we certainly are. I'm glad to have ag, whether it's 5 acres or 8 acres or 10, I'm glad to have it, whatever it is. So bottom line is I'm highly in favor of this. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Sherry Peck. Hello.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and your name is first.
I'm Sherry Peck. I live at 150 Hidden Oaks, Bartonville, Texas 76226. So I am on the others or around the corner, directly across the street from Marty B's property. And we are totally in favor of him building this facility, and by putting it where he's proposing, it is gonna save trees. And I think it is a, better use. We have horses, or we've had horses. So we also have a barn. It totally fits into the neighborhood. It's very stylish. I think it's a positive thing to put it where he's proposing. Both my husband and I, he couldn't be here tonight.
Thank you.
I apologize, Richard, 987 Gibbons, I cannot pronounce your last name.
Sure.
Thank you.
If you raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, and your name and address, please.
Richard Yerkson, I'm the neighbor, 987, I'm on the north side of piece of property Marty's talking about. So, we've got a little over 16 acres for 26 years, and, we've been keeping it up, and I'm ready to just take care of 8 acres instead of 16 acres. So we think it would be a nice thing to have Marty across from us, and it's got a very nice fence up, and, we love horses. And we think that will make it'll look real nice on a piece of property, so we're in favor.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
Sherry Fuller.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, and your name and address, please.
My name is Cherry Fuller, and I live at 1000 South Gibbons Road, Bartonville, Texas 76226. I'm here in support of the facility that's proposed. I think it epitomizes what Bartonville talks about, keeping Bartonville country, as far as being a very nice design, very nice barn. And I also want to throw in there that dust is no problem, because if we want to keep it country, dust is part of the country.
Monique Nava.
Milwaukee.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
You raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, and your name and address, please.
Monique Milwaukee, 189 Hidden Oaks Trail, Bartonville, Texas, 76226.
Okay,
And we are at the east side of Marty's property. And we actually are much in favor of the variance being passed. We feel that this property is gonna enhance the character of the neighborhood. It's gonna bring country to Bartonville and really make it unique in its character around here, because nothing like this is, being built before, and it is totally in keeping with the spirit of Bartonville. We see there's nothing negative about, the type of use that is gonna happen with this property, and we see no issues with, the variance in terms of our property. And enjoyment of our property. And we thank you for your time here.
thank you.
You're welcome.
And your husband.
Oh, the husband, okay. Right hand.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address for the record.
My name is Arvin Nawabi. We're at 189 Hidden Oaks Trail, Bartonville, 76226. We're in full support because as Monique was saying, it's gonna enhance the area. And then the other thing I was thinking about is this is why we moved to Bartonville in the first place, because of the horses, and you're gonna have more horses around. It's gonna be great. So listening to the project here, I'm actually even more convinced than before coming here. So yes, we're in full support. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is all I had signed up.
So does anyone else wish to speak in favor of or in opposition of? Okay, and we will close the public hearing at 7:18. Any discussion or actions? Anyone has any other questions, discussions? Not any motion?
I move to approve the variance. Thank you, do we agree all three of these?
Just whichever one you want to choose. Well, you don't,
there's
you need to read the variances.
Why do you go for each one? Yes.
Yeah, so and we're gonna do an individual vote on each variant.
Three different votes.
Yes.
Okay. Madam Chair, for Texas local government code section 211.009B, that's for structure. I move to approve the requested variance to allow the reduction of the minimum lot size of 10 acres, the proposed lot 2-R1 from 10 acres to 8 acres, and proposed lot 2-R2 not from 9 acres to 8.329 acres, and because the variance meets the following requirements. D, granting the variance petition will not be detrimental to public policy for welfare or injurious to the property in the area. And E, granting the variance petition will not have the effect of preventing the orderly use and enjoyment of other land within the area in accordance with the provisions of this ordinance, or adversely affect the rights of owner and residents of surrounding property. Can you read that?
That's good enough.
Is that good enough?
Yeah.
If that's all the ones that you want to use, yes, me.
Oh, I mean, that's not that.
Go ahead.
F, granting the variance petition is consistent with special criteria applicable to very particular standards. And H, the request for a variance is not based exclusively upon a desire from the petitioner for increased financial gain from the property or reduced existing financial hardship.
We have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
And no one opposed? Okay, so then, variance 1 carries. And do we have a motion for item number 2? Okay,
I move to approve the requested variance to allow the reduction in the minimum side yard setback from the equestrian center fence line only on the northern property line from the minimum 50 feet to 25 feet, and because the variance meets the following requirements. Meets them all. Do we, granting the variance petition will not have the effect of preventing the orderly use and enjoyment of other land within the area in accordance with provision of this ordinance, or adversely affect the rights of owners and residents of surrounding property. Under the factors in zoning ordinance, section 5.4.G.1 of appendix A, the proposed fence location at the minimum setback, the reconfiguration would affect the number of mature trees that are removed, would increase and would affect topography and creek bed alignment, also increasing the number of mature trees needed to be removed.
second.
A second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So, item number 2 carries. And do we have a motion for item number 3?
I move to approve the requested variance to allow the reduction of the minimum accessory building setback for the barn only from 50 feet to 25 feet, because the variance meets the following requirements. The variance is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of substantial property right of the owner. The request for variance is not based exclusively upon a desire from the petitioner for increased financial gain from the property or to reduce the existing financial hardship. The degree of variance requested is the minimum amount necessary to meet the needs of the petitioner and to satisfy the standards of this section.
Do we have a second? Okay, all in favor? So the motion carries for item number 3, and like I said, takes care of that one. Okay, so then we can adjourn the meeting. We don't have any future items or anything like that.
No, understood.
We can adjourn the meeting at 7:23.
Thank you.